What have we got? Team Blue is still waiting for a couple boys to get ready. So, wait, that's Team Blue. That's Team Red. We got ourselves Athea as a sub rogue. I'm gonna say maybe a sass rogue. I'm thinking a sass. Yo, all you boys are sass. We got ourselves ADDONS to the back as a DH, fully corrupted. We got ourselves Lizard Stars, less corrupted Demon Hunter. We got Sylvia as a what looks like maybe a feral. Off the bat, a Tasty in the back as an elemental showboy versus Team Abomination. We got ourselves Abomination and Abomination and Abomination. Abomination in the back. You can't forget him. Abomination. Good luck and have fun. A-Bomb boys. They're going to give you guys a variety of different classes. Looks like the Outlaw Rogue A-Bomb versus Sylvia. If you want to look at Abominations, think of them like as an amalgamation. There are one, like a hive mind. You take one down, it's just one head of a Hydra. You still have the Hydra. There's just one of the heads. Can everybody Can anybody on Team Red slay the Hydra's heads and claim the defeat of the beast? A-Bomb and Sylvia are going to have to be looking for each other. Feral versus Outlaw Rogue. This is the matchup where the Outlaw Rogue is at a massive disadvantage. Sylvia with the dots, with Abomination not having any damage over time unless you get corruptions or maybe some cheesy effects here and there. You never really know. You don't really have anything to maintain the Feral out of stealth, but they can put dots on you and make sure you cannot re-stealth. Moonfire, if you don't have a cloak, you are done for the count. Looks like Abomination popping out of stealth for just a second. Trying to see if he can get Sylvia to pop out. Sylvia pops out of stealth for some reason. Trying to catch a re-stealth. Probably going to get hit with a stab. He's walking right on top of him, chasing after the Feral. Stops for a second. Letting the Rogue walk in front. It looks like it's going to be a more stealthy duel for a little bit longer. We're just going to have to wait. The dampening, boys. Clock ticking, minute in. We're going to see dampening up, high, pretty up. What are the A-bombs? Bots? No. It's a guild, dude. It's a guild. Yeah, no, it's a guild on Argent Dawn. Have a bit of like a roleplay meme factor to them. Looks like a bomb is actually going to get slapped up by Sylvia in the open. Are going to be banished to fall after a massive bike attacks him. It's going to be twisted up edge right after. Abomination is under a lot of pressure. Going to have to go for a massive heal for himself. Getting the bike back at Sylvia. Lots of damage. Actually, even bigger burst than the Feral. And it's going to just continue to pressure. That's going to be also thorns for Sylvia, but it's not enough right now. And down they go. Abomination just completely trucks him down in a single setup. Trying to see if he can sprint away from Athea. As Trinket still back up. He's going to trick it here. Parry up as Athea goes for a little bit of that evasion. Abomination actually took down Sylvia and just obliterated him in the setup. Is going to go for advantage, and that's going to be more sippy cups. But looks like he does have bleeds and poisons on him. Athea is going to catch a resell. Abomination is going to pistol shot him, denying the restalls for Athea. It's going to be building calm points off of that. Stun onto Athea, hitting him with a crucible to follow right after. More pistol shots. He just slinging those pistols. Might even go for a resell. Is going to go for a blade rush to close the gap. Kidney shot by Athea. Doesn't have a trigger for this anymore. Athea is going to go for the full damage. Vendetta is up and running. Gouge by Abomination. Nobody has a big defensive anymore. Going to be a stun by Abomination. Is going to be short. Athea is going to get himself a sippy cup rolling. Blind to A-Bomb. He does have Vendetta on him. Did get a sippy cup before the blind went on, so he's getting quite a lot of healing either way. It looks like a corruption was attacking him while he was blinded, so that's something he can really do about. That's not going to put him in combat. Athea is going to land yet another sap, but is going to get himself a juicy open. A blind immediately onto Athea. Trinket's out of it. So Abomination does get a Trinket out of the Rogue. If he survives this kidney shot, if they continue on, just chase out Athea, he might be in a good spot. Grapple hook near. It's going to go for a stun. Does he have any damage to follow? He's going to increase his own health with a Battle Master Trinket. Try to see if he can get some damage onto Athea. It's going to be a resell for Athea for a second. DRing their own kidney shot right after. Very short bar. A-Bomb is looking like he has a lot of health to work with here. The percentage of the Crimson Vials is way too good. And A-Bomb actually doesn't have taken out Postmaster Athea right after into a stun onto ADDONS. He is going to play with stars, and those stars are already going to start getting the tag bonus going onto A-Bomb. The stars stacks are going to start happening. Sap onto the Demon Hunter. He's looking to close the gap. Abomination is still not out of this fight right now, man. This is just the first of Abomination team, man. The first man. And he is making it hard for the enemy to take him down. Blur up and running for ADDONS. Lots of defenses is going to get interrupted on his I-Beam. And that's going to be fly up in there for Atronox and Bomb, trying to see if he can duck under the pillar, under the bridge. It looks like he's going to be able to duck and retain majority of his health back. That is going to be a Guardian of Azeroth chasing after him, though. So A-Bomb is trying to see if he can keep himself a little bit of line of sight. Atronox still has quite a bit of health to him. Stun into Atronox. It's going to be DR'd, however. That or a very short stun. Parry up and running for Abomination right now. Getting a couple of those tentacle slaps into Atronox. Trinketing out of that stun. And that's going to be a cloak and a vanish to follow. Try to see if he can get away from the Demon Hunter. Is he going to be able to separate himself, or is the Demon Hunter going to be able to close the gap? Does have eyes. Should be able to see where Abomination's at. Is going to yoink him out of stealth for a second. Has the Metamorphosis running. That's going to be Abomination's twisted appendage onto Atronox. Does not kill it. Actually, stars are looking like they're going to end bomb, and does actually get the kill onto Abomination with those infinite stars, getting quite a lucky proc. The next Abomination is up next in the form of an unholy Death Knight of the Scarlet Crusade, dropping down the Abomination pet as well as beefing up his own pet as well. But Atronox is going to go up in there, getting some freebie damage to the Abomination. He's going to go for a little bit of line of sight, actually even ducking right under the bridge altogether. That's going to be Atronox stuck between all the pets. He's going to go for an Ibium. That should give him a bit of cleave capability. Has a Risen Skulker and the other undead pet on him. That's going to be 3 targets for him to cleave off the stun onto the Demon Hunter for a second. It's going to be activating Blur right before the stun goes out. That's quite a big defensive for him for a moment. It's going to be able to get, I think, momentary blurs every time he backflips as well. A-Bomb popping in every defensive though. IBF. That's going to be Death Pack imprisoned onto the Death Knight as Atronox is trying to get out of there desperately. It's going to be interrupted onto that I-Beam as he was trying to get away after getting yoinked back to the Death Knight. It's going to be a thing from beyond, actually blowing through his safeguard trigger pretty quickly. The second thing from beyond, it looks like he wants to end him right now. Atronox is running not only from the Death Knight, but also from the thing from beyond. The chains of ice are doing good. Thing from beyond does connect, and A-Bomb is like, what just happened to this man? He probably is so confused, but that's going to be a Demon Hunter down for the count. Lizzie Styles is up next. Already got their mount for the season. Very nice. It's actually a cool looking mount. I'm not a huge fan of recolors, but you know, that's not a bad one, honestly. It's going to be stunned onto Abominations. Lizzie's looking to end the game right now. Is that AMS going to be enough for the Death Knight to stay alive a little longer? Maybe no trinket coming out for Lizzie. Looks like they are going to sit the stun the whole time. Desperately, Abominations trying to get those Death Strikes in. The nerf to Death Strikes healing for Death Knights is looking like it's actually showing itself. Only 8% dampening. Abomination has not been able to recover in health whatsoever. And Lizzie is just looking to line this side away from the pet, getting gripped by A-Bomb, and does take him out with a counter strike immediately. The next Abomination in terms of or in the form of also Unholy Death Knight is up next. Stun onto the DK immediately. This is how it's going up in the air. Before they can get gripped, there's going to be freebie damage. Abomination activating AMS immediately. Needs to catch himself line of sight. Took himself quite a bit of damage, sitting at about half health before he even got himself to do any damage onto him. The Demon Hunter going to be a trinket out of that short stun. Abomination not looking healthy at all. Getting himself Apocalypse to get the full army rolling. Lizzie looking to book it out of there. Doesn't want to deal with the pets whatsoever. Actually just looking to use a couple of range attacks onto Abomination to end him maybe. Decided, you know what, I have Metamorphosis, I have Cleave, and Abomination goes down. Lizzie just decided, you know what, he is low on health. Not popping a BF. Don't know if he has cooldowns, but I am just going to eliminate him ASAP. Abomination the 4th is up next and looking like he wants to end Lizzie. Lizzie popping in Blur immediately there. It's going to be Destiny got triggered. I don't know by whom. I guess by Lizzie at that point. Maybe he was saving it to use it not against the Death Knight. Destiny got Trinket would split the damage amongst all the pets the Death Knight owns. And Abomination is looking to get himself out of there. Has Mark for the ready onto Lizzie. Looking to maybe land a kidney shot. Lizzie denies a kidney shot by going up in there. Forcing a Cloak of Shadows out of the Rogue. The Assassination Rogue is looking to get himself a reset. Maybe land himself a proper opener with a kidney shot. Lizzie's still holding on to a trinket in case things go bad. Blinded to Lizzie. Not going to trinket it even though they have a Vendetta on them. So Abomination popped. Quite a lot of cooldowns committed. Quite a lot. Now there's a Vendetta overlap with the blind. A lot of his burst potential is kind of gone. Still can go for a very sustain heavy potential, sustain heavy playstyle. Still has evasion, vanish, so that's a lot for him to work with. Twisted Appendage comes in as well. It's going to give him quite a bit of damage he wouldn't have. He's going to be tricking out of Lizzie. It's going to be their own Twisted Appendage dropping onto Abomination. Looks like he's getting Abomination reversed with Corruption. Corruption reversal for Lizzie came at a right clutch time. And Abomination the 5th is looking to end this game right after as an Arcane Mage. Gonna hit him with Arcane Missiles immediately. Lizzie sitting at about half health is gonna go playing defensive with the Crucibles. That's gonna be actually Breath of the Dying build for Abomination, looking to maybe get that execute. Lizzie tried to deny the kill by going into darkness, actually flying up in the air right after. Abomination is gonna line inside it completely. But he has a perfect opportunity to get Lazy with a Breath of a Dying and execute him right then and there. He's going to set him with Arcane Missiles. Lazy needs to make sure to interrupt those Arcane Missiles. The next one is going to be detrimental to their health. He needs to line his as best as possible. He needs to be very careful. The channel ability is quite strong here, and it could do enough damage to end him. He barely has a sliver of health. That's going to be Breath of the Dying out of Abomination immediately. So Lizzie better have some kind of CC plan. Back blink by the mage, looking out Lizzie completely and taking him out. Tasty's the last man left to take down the Team Abomination. He's the last man to fight the hive mind. That is the Scarlet Crusade of Team A-Bomb. Arcane Missiles trying to hit him over the bat. Tasty getting set up with his own Primal Elemental. That's going to be Abomination tricking it out of that Lightning Lasso. It's going to be quite a bit of damage out of Tasty, though. It's going to hit Abomination with the capacity, turn him into a Hex right after. Tasty actually took quite a bit of damage himself. Actually, look at his health, recovering as much as he can with his own heals. Abomination getting out of a Hex. Healing Surges are coming out, continuing to come out for Tasty. Is going to drop Abomination on Arcane. That's going to be locking him out for a second. That's going to be a couple zaps available for free. Tasty doesn't need to worry about getting locked out for a second. Big Earth Shock slapping a bomb. He is going to go for a ice block as Tasty sinks a couple lightning bolts into him and is looking to catch a couple heals here and there. A-Bomb needs to get some sort of interrupt, or I'm finding a way to deal with this right now. Could that be the end actually to Abomination? That was the end. Tasty had him low enough for the percentage. Not even percentage damage actually does take out Abomination. Team A-Bomb goes down, but they had themselves quite a good sitting in the opener. The damage that Abomination the Outlaw did to the Feral in the opener was absolutely absurd, dude. That's some Outlaw burst. It comes out of nowhere. You don't expect it, but it's a lot of damage.